When it comes to managing chronic pain, Dr. Richard Carpenos from New England Spine and Disc says, don't just treat the symptoms, you need to heal the cause without drugs or surgery. Dr. Carpenos is back along with two of his patients, Peggy Kramer and Stephen Figueroa. Welcome back. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Doctor, first off, tell us a little bit about New England Spine and Disc.
Well, New England Spine and Disc is a revolutionary place to go for disc problems, either in your neck or your lower back. Primarily, that's our main focus. And while I am a chiropractor, what we do in our office is not necessarily chiropractic. We use technology to work on the most difficult cases where people have disc herniations or degenerative discs or stenosis, some of the biggest pathologies, and we've had amazing success without surgery, without medication, without injections. It's a great place.
Great. Well, Peggy, let's hear your story. I guess we should start off. What made you call Dr. Carpenos?
Well, I had been having severe neck pain for over 10 years, and it got to the point I was waking up every 2 hours during the night and just pacing the floor, taking medications. I had gotten steroid shots. I was good for a couple of days and, right back to square one. And I had seen his ad, and I had seen him on Connecticut Style. And I actually had an appointment that morning to go see somebody else, and I saw his ad and I called his office.
Oh, that's great.
And his staff was great, fit me right in. And 3 days later, after I had been to him a couple of times, I saw a significant improvement.
Is that right? Now, was it from an injury or what actually prompted the initial problem?
I had fallen walking my dog on the ice. Oh. And when I fell on the side of my head, and I heard something snap, but of course, didn't do anything about it. Oh. And I think that was the start of it, because I can't attribute it to anything else. But
you're feeling better, though.
Oh, 100%. I went kayaking yesterday.
That's great news.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Pulled the kayak.
Doctor, what was the treatment for Peggy?
The most important thing is what Peggy talked about was quality of life. That's my main concern. Getting patients back to a quality of life without having to resort to the crazy stuff, the medication, the surgery. So we use this brand new laser. This is the most powerful pain laser in the industry. And I can demonstrate it for you on her if you'd like.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Peggy, let me just set it up. So what we're doing here is we're using light energy to deliver a visible light deep into the tissue in Peggy's neck or in Steve's lower back, or we can do shoulders, knees, elbows, plantar fasciitis, TMJ. It has so many applications. And you'll see it has this red guide light, but that's not the laser. Once we push this button, the laser is being delivered, and basically the patient just feels some gentle warming. I don't know if you can see that.
It's certainly not painful or anything, right?
It feels so good.
Oh, good.
Basically what you're doing is just getting the energy into the tissue. When we get into those discs in her neck where the degeneration is, only the bad cells attract the light. The healthy cells repel the light. So when the light gets into those damaged cells, it helps them to regenerate new cells. That's how simple it works, and it gets rid of the pain at the same time.
Okay, I think we're looking at some video, Doctor, from your office. About how many treatments does it take? I know, Peggy, you said just a few till you saw results.
It got progressively better from the first time I went, and to the third treatment, I was actually sleeping through the night, and now I have no pain at all.
That's typical, you'd say?
That's very typical. You usually get results right away. That's why we do the 2 free visits to everyone in Connecticut, because we want them to see that they get relief. And then we talk about how long it takes to get the maximum improvement. And that's usually a couple of months. Not coming every day, maybe a couple of times a week. And then we drop off the amount of visits, and then you're done. It's a one and done treatment. You never have to come back.
Wow. Steve, let's bring you into the conversation. Tell us why you contacted Dr. Carpenos.
Well, back in 2011, I had a back injury while at work, and I had a herniation in my mid-back and bulge disc on my lower back. And it was really painful.
Sure.
And, I went to see an orthopedic. I seen several doctors actually, and I went for physical therapy. I had 2 epidural shots done, which was temporary relief.
Sure.
But the pain came right back. My lifestyle had to change severely. My children, my daily life wasn't as it used to be. I used to be active, but I had to take some prior measures because I was limited.
Sure.
Finally, the orthopedic finally said, well, our last resort is surgery. You know, I'm still young.
And you wanted to avoid that.
Exactly. So I had seen some chiropractors in the past, but finally I wanted to. I did some research and I found Dr. Carpeno's online, and I said, you know what, let me try the 2 free visits, and I did. And
Sure.
I can tell you, I'm a living testimony of this laser treatment and the DRX.
Sure.
It works tremendously, and I would recommend it for anybody. There's nothing to lose.
Sure. Doctor, tell us about Stephen's condition.
So again, quality of life, Teresa, and he had this disc herniation where the disc material kind of pushes out and contacts the nerve, and that nerve can go into the buttock, down the leg, can go into the groin, the front of the leg. It's called sciatica. So what we do is we put him on this DRX 9000, which is a very sophisticated, smart machine, and we draw the disc space apart at half his body's weight 18 times in a half an hour, times several visits, and we actually pull the disc slowly back into its normal position. This is not traction, it's a drawing sensation. It's kind of like drawing toothpaste back into a tube. And it works brilliantly. All of the studies have shown that not only does it increase the space between the vertebrae permanently, but it pulls the disc back into position.
Doctor, explain to us what we're watching on screen.
So that's the patient being put on that instrument, the DRX 9000, and we make it quite comfortable for him. He's got a harness on, he's being lied back down. He gets connected to the instrument, and then the computer, the 2 servo motors will draw that disc space apart, and over time, this is how we get him back to normal health. That gentleman there avoided a 3rd surgery by coming to our office for the DRX 9000.
Great. Now, Doctor, you mentioned it earlier in the segment, 2 free visits for laser and spinal decompression.
That's right. Every Connecticut resident can experience 2 free visits of both the laser and the decompression, as long as their condition makes, there are no contraindications.
Sure.
We'd be happy to do either or both, so you can experience it for yourself, kind of like a test drive. You can call us at 799-3472. We're at 391 Boston Post Road in Orange. We'd love to see you. At least come for the experience.
Sure. And there's all the information up there, the 2 free visits, the number on your screen there. And you could also visit the website, newenglandspinanddisc.com.
That's correct. Thank you.
All right, Peggy, Stephen, thank you so much for sharing your stories. And I'm so happy to hear your kayaking and running around with your kids.
Thank you.
Doctor, nice to have you here.
Likewise, thanks.
All right, up next, Chef Christopher from Hartford Hilton's M&M Bistro shares his favorite recipe for salmon. We'll be right back.